What's up, guys? How's everybody doing today? We're gonna do a little something different. So, I was thinking about doing this for a while, actually. I'm gonna give you guys my life story. Kind of a quick little overview about myself, where I grew up, what kind of kid I was growing up, and just leading up to how I became the current me. So I kind of, want to get a little bit more personal and let you guys in on, about my life and things like that. Um, but if you guys have any specific questions, kind of try to keep it as short as I can. But if you have anything in particular you wanted me to elaborate on, just feel free to leave a comment. I'll go ahead and I'll reply to you, or I will go and maybe I can do a Q&A video one day. Who knows? Just depends on how many questions I get. Um, but starting off, my real name is Latoya Spears, if you haven't figured that out already. No, my name is not Miss Toy Toy. But yeah, my name is Latoya Spears. I am currently 23 years old. I'll be 24 in July. And I live in the Chicago area. I say Chicago area because I don't live in Chicago, like the city of Chicago. I live in the suburbs, the western suburbs, which is like right outside of the main city. Um, uh, we There's like this thing that goes on within our area. It's like, oh, you're not really from Chicago. You just live in the suburbs. But like generally, if someone was to ask where I live, I would say Chicago area. Um, this is pretty much where I was born and raised. Always lived on the west side. Um, and growing up, everything was cool. I don't have much memory of some things in my childhood. I get made fun of because they like my mom, my aunt. They always say, "Oh, so you have like selective memory. You don't remember anything." And then, I remember bits and pieces. But as far as I can remember, my childhood was pretty decent. Um, so I ended up losing my dad when I was 3. He died due to cancer. He had lung cancer. So I really didn't get the opportunity to get to know him as much as I would have liked to. But I hear stories about how, great guy he was. He was a really hard worker. Um, and, if he was still here, I'll probably be spoiled as hell. But, so pretty much since he wasn't in the picture, I was mainly raised by my mom, my aunt, and my grandmother. Excuse me. And I can't remember when exactly, but I do remember we ended up moving in an apartment building that my grandmother owned, still on the west side of Chicago. Um, that's where we lived up until I was about 8 years old. Um, and we decided to go move to our current location where we live now, um, in the suburbs. It's called Bellwood, Illinois. Small suburb. Um, Even today, it's like I said, it's a suburb. It's pretty much quiet. I mean, every now and then, shit may pop off, but it is what it is. Um, and I've pretty much been living. We've been living in the same house since I was 8 years old. Like I said, I'm 23 currently, so it's been quite a while. Um, so growing up as a kid, I was pretty much kept to myself. I was pretty quiet. Didn't get into any trouble. Grade wise, I was pretty much an AB student, and I guess you could say I was kind of teased a little bit. Because I wasn't like other girls. I wasn't into like for instance, recess. Um, the girls would go and play double dutch and do whatever the hell they do over there. I would be content going and watching the guys play football and basketball, and sometimes I'll even join in. So I was considered a tomboy, if that's still a thing now. But then they called me a tomboy, and yeah, like I said, I pretty much just stuck to myself. And going back, because I kind of jumped ahead of myself. I know I said, we moved to the suburbs. So while we're still living in that apartment, um, my uncle ended up introducing me to the Dreamcast, which is one of my first systems that I ended up owning, as far as what I can remember. Um, Played Power Stone on there. One of my favorite games. Like even to this day, like if I was to get another Dreamcast, I would play that game if they had an emulator for it, which I probably do. I should probably look that up. If they had an emulator for Power Stone, I would probably play it. That game was hella fun for me. Um, but yeah, like I said, as a kid, pretty much just stuck to myself. Had a couple of friends, not too many. Um, and moving on into, I guess, the current era. Well, I've always had a PlayStation. I had PlayStation 1, 2, 3, and 4. Actually, now that I think about it, I remember I had a Genesis, but I don't know what happened to it because in the move, I feel like my mom may have left it at the old apartment. I'm not sure. So I do remember because I remember playing like I think of Streets of Rage or something. It's one of those platformers, side scroll platforms you like beat up people. Um, I think they left the Genesis at the old house because I was thinking about that for the longest. Like I have no idea what happened to that. Um, well, my bad, getting off track. Um, and as throughout my life, I think a lot of people were under the assumption that I was gonna go to school for to be a veterinarian. Because I was always doing things with animals. Like my first job, I volunteered at a cat shelter and I ended up starting getting paid. So it was like considered my first job. I volunteered at the local zoo in our area almost every summer while I was in high school. And within that time frame, although I was dealing with animals a lot, I always played video games. I always was a person that people went to when there was something wrong with the computer or the TV, or it could be anything. And I guess I felt like I had more of a connection to technology than I did to animals. So when it came time for me to go to college and decide what major I wanted to go with, I chose computer science. And that's pretty much what I decided to do as far as a career. And I graduated with a bachelor's back in 2014. I got my bachelor's. And currently I am working at one of the major hospitals in Chicago. I work in their IT department. So I've been working there for about 3 to 4 months now. So that's what I'm doing currently. Now, as far as YouTube goes, because I started doing this. I can't remember when I created my YouTube account, but when I first started to do YouTube videos, initially I was doing advice videos. They were they consisted of anything from something I felt like that needed to be addressed to the current generation, or at least my generation, because sometimes I feel like I'm kind of not like some of the people my age. I feel like I'm more mature for my age, because it's just like a lot of bullshit that goes on. Like I look at some of my family members and I'm thinking like, what the hell are you doing with your life? Like, so initially I did a lot of relationship videos about life, and occasionally I would be going through some things myself, and I would go ahead and kind of vent with my own thoughts of how I guess another person should handle the situation. Because it's a long story. I'm not even gonna get into detail, but just say there's some things going on with some people that I was really cool with, and I just kind of vented of like how I would have wanted them to react to the situation. So like I said, just overall advice videos. That's how I started. And pretty much recently, maybe can't be no more than a year ago, I decided to go and turn my channel into a gaming channel. And that's not because I wanted to be the biggest YouTuber out there. And like, if you're looking right now, I don't get many views on my videos. I don't have many subscribers. But pretty much my goal is to go ahead and just make sure I create content that is, enjoyable for everyone. Like, I don't care if I, get paid for my videos, or if I get a bunch of subscribers. I know that's goals for people. That would be nice for me to get more subscribers. That means there's more people watching my content. But I pretty much just want to make content that people can enjoy. They can sit down, something that can be funny, something that'll brighten up their day. Even like I know I said in the beginning, I started doing advice videos. Maybe I can bring that back. I don't know, but pretty much my main focus is gaming. Now, do I want to make that a full-time job or full-time thing? 9 times out of 10, probably not, especially at this point in my life. I got student loans and a bunch of bills, and I gotta go to work. It's a 9 to 5 pretty much. That's pretty much my schedule. I gotta be there at 9 o'clock. I get off at 5:30. I end up waking up at 6:30 in the morning just so I can get to work on time. I usually get home around 6:30 something. That's my normal schedule. So I gotta do what I gotta do, and maybe sometime in the future I will be able to go ahead and put out more content and better content, but at the time right now I just don't have the time or the equipment, obviously, too, because I don't actually have a desktop PC. I'm working with a gaming laptop, which it does what it's supposed to do. I mean, I can get quality gameplay out that I record. I have an Elgato for my PlayStation, but it's a lot more I can do that I really want to do, but I can't at the moment. I don't have the finances, I don't have the space, I don't have the time. So, in the future, one day in the future, I will go ahead and get better content out for you guys. And I know that was probably, maybe I guess you can consider that the part 2 of this video. I know I was talking about my life story. But now this is current times, my goals and everything like that. So, if you guys have any questions, please feel free to ask away. Just go ahead and ask away. Like I said, I'll do my best to go ahead and reply to the comments. I'll go ahead and see if I can do a Q&A video. Maybe one day you guys want me to do that. But hopefully you guys enjoyed this. Hopefully you guys got to know me a little bit better. And yeah, so until next time, I'll see you guys. Peace.